Morning, everyone. This is the third part of my Level Helper Pro tutorial. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I can't quite remember where I am, but I think we left off from the last one with this background image in place here. Just gonna publish this to make sure that I'm where I should be. Yep, okay, all good. So, what we're going to do this time is we're going to carry on and make this a bit more useful and a bit more like a game, because this is a bit rubbish at the moment. So, if we click on this to go back to our files, you see what I've done here is I've added this little wall PNG thing here, but really you can use any image you like. And what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to drag. No, not. Hang on. Yeah, going to drag one. Damn it! Drag one of these onto here. It's a bit small. I'm going to stretch it out. Actually, let me do that again. I'm going to drag this out on here, and I'm going to press Shift and stretch it out, so that it keeps its dimensions. Mouse issues here. Right, so I'll make it about that big. Again, as with all of these other tutorials so far, what I'm doing here isn't necessarily best practice. I'm just showing you how to use the software. So I'm going to put this. That's probably a bit big. Let's make it a bit smaller. Put that there, like that. Now I'm going to copy it. If we go to this view, you'll see that in the game world we've got the wall. So let's copy that, paste another one. Now I don't know if Level Helper comes with any functions that help you snap things. It may do. I'll look into it, and if I find that it does, then I'll cover that in another tutorial. But for now, I'm just gonna line these up as best as I can. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We're not. Okay, one more. Let's just move that on in a bit. Okay, right now what I'll, no, I didn't want to do that. Now what I'll do is I will stop it. Right, I'll use the Mac mouse, it's easier. He says, what the hell? Right, let's go back here and lock that. That should be locked. I'll lock it there. There we go. Okay, right, now I'm under control. So I'll select all of these and then I'll copy them, and then I can paste bigger groups. Oop. It's compelling viewing I've got going on right here. Right, let's move those over. There we go. There. Let's get one of these up apart. Let's not spend too much time on this. Right, now I have made a bit of a mistake already, actually. On each of these wall parts, okay. Right. Well, you don't really want that happening during it. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to start that again. Right. it's just as well because I'd made a mistake. So what I hadn't done is I hadn't actually given this this wall piece any physics properties. So let's add some physics. Okay. For the purpose of this, what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit bouncy. Now that's restitution in here, so let's just make that 1. That's, no, we won't actually. Keep it a 0. Right, now when we do the copy operations, it should copy all of the physics elements too. So make this neat. I'm wasting time now. Okay, there we go. Let's do this locking again. Okay. Oops. There we go. We've got plenty of those now. And again, yeah. Perhaps I'll save this one as we go along, which obviously is good practice anyway. One more. And then wall section. Okay. If we just go over here, I can have more walls. Now if we click on preview, oops, I'm really making a mess of this. Let's select all of these. I didn't want to make that dynamic, I wanted to make it static because we obviously don't want our wall falling like that. But oops. So it's static. Static. But that's kind of the cool thing about this is you can preview it and you got you know you can see what's going on relatively easily. So just make sure wall okay, right. Okay, there we are. Now what I'm going to do, I don't actually have that's the only image I've got, so that's what I'm going to have to work with. But I'm going to copy one of these. Let's make it a little bit of a different size or something. But this is now going to be my player object, if you like. You didn't see me do air quotes then, but there was air quotes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one dynamic, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a bounce. Let's give it a 0.5 bounce. So if we simulate that, you can see that our thing bounces. It's pretty cool. And excellent. That's not bad, given that we haven't really done anything. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I've got to be honest here, I don't quite understand all the settings of what I'm going to do here, but we'll do it anyway. And I encourage you to try it and play around yourself. We're going to add a camera. Now, the main reason that I can see for doing this is because we want the camera to actually follow our player thing. So there's our camera. We've got it. Let's give it a different name. We'll just call it test camera. Okay. So select this. We're going to activate it on load, and we're going to follow this object here. So it's wall 23. So if we preview that now, you'll see that our camera is now following that object, which is kind of cool. Now again, I have said that I don't quite understand how all of the settings with the camera work. So to what I mean by that is if we preview it, we see that the camera is slightly offset to the center of the item that we're following. However, I don't entirely seem to be able to just drag and do that. However, if we delete this follow value, we can put it up there, and if we preview, we're looking at our object, but obviously it's not following anymore, so there's a little bit more of my understanding to happen with this. However, there is something known on here which is restrict to game world. Now, if we get the game world, like this game world here is this thing here. Now, when it comes up to, I've actually been messing around with the settings on this. When it actually first comes up, it's just a small little box up here, and you have to expand it out. So what we're doing is we're telling our camera that we want to restrict it to the game world. And when we do this, if I go back to follow this object, it hasn't made any difference at all, which is odd because it did the other night. Okay, well that's fine. Now, okay, so what there also is then, if we try a few things, if we offset this, you can see that we can reposition the camera a bit, and that seems to achieve the effect that we want. However, if I now publish this scene, if you remember, you always have to publish the scene before you run it. Okay, just that. Now, if I run it on the simulator, the same effect hasn't happened. Now, I'm not sure whether that's a bug or not, or whether it's just there's a problem with my understanding. Experience tells me there's a problem with my understanding, to be honest. But if we now take this offset off, republish the scene, should ask you to save because I made changes. There we go, and then let's run this again. We're back in a more favourable position looking at the character we want, but it's still not quite right. It's still not quite right what we want. But I'll show you how to sort that out in the next video. But for this, I just wanted to show you how to lay out a scene a bit and to get things working. So in the next video, we'll sort out the positioning of the camera, and we'll sort out how we can then actually turn this player object into a more usable character type thing for a platform game. Okay, thank you.